Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ponderings from the Pyramid. I've had a couple of questions since our last episode. When I'm in the channeling mode, how do I know who's speaking? How do I know if it's my higher self, Rhea, or if it's another energy? And the answer to that is they feel very, very different. So I'm going to go into trance state and talk a little bit about how that feels on the inside. See you on the other side. I'm already warmed up, so to speak. My torso is already warm and fuzzy. As you know from my previous episodes, that's how I know that this is the voice of Rhea. Rhea is my higher self voice. And people ask me, does the voice of Rhea sound different from the voice of ego? The answer to that is no, not in tone. The way that I know that it's not ego, as I've mentioned, is the warm fuzzy shows up in my torso. And as soon as ego starts to compose, that warm sensation goes away instantly. But the other way to know is by the content of what is being spoken. Ego is that critical, harsh, you're not good enough voice. Anything that is not positive, love and light energy is ego. Even though the voice in my head has the same tone, the same inflection. People ask me, does ego ever say anything nice? And my personal experience thus far has been no. The voice of ego is never positive for me. Higher self, which is always love, light, harmony, goodness, compliments, you're doing a good job, I love you, along with the warmth sensation, is higher self. For me, their name is Rhea. That harsh, critical voice is ego. So then the question comes up, what does it feel like when I'm channeling a different energy other than my higher self, other than Rhea? And that's where it gets really, really interesting. When I took the channeling class with Daniel Scranton, one of his instructions was, be sure to always let through any motions with your hands, any inflection with your voice, any changes with your voice. If your voice changes, then sometimes that means something. Not always, but it can. So people say, well, how do I know it's not Rhea? The voice of Rhea sounds like my normal speaking voice. But the other voices often have a different sound. The tone is either higher, or they talk faster, or they use a different inflection. Sometimes it almost sounds like I'm speaking not a foreign language, but English with a very foreign accent. Quite often Polynesian, sometimes Asian, often Native American. Those inflections are one way that I know that it's a different energy other than my higher self. I've channeled about 35 different energies. Energies all the way from fairies to angels to those who are on the other side of the veil, like my deceased father. I have channeled him on one occasion. Most of the time when I feel him, he makes my feet warm. That's how I know Dad's in the room. I have channeled Bigfoot on 3 different occasions. So it's a variety of different energies, but they come through very differently. It's almost as if you were sitting in a dark room, meditating, or just pondering, just in the darkness, and someone walked up behind you. You would know the difference in energy if the person was your mother, your father, or one of your children. You can sense the difference in the energy. And that's kind of the way it works when I'm channeling. The energies are very different. But it's a combination of the different feeling of the energy along with the sound that comes out of my mouth. It's often not words. It's some version of light language. Depending upon how many times that energy has channeled through other human beings, they may or may not be familiar with the process. Sometimes I'm being called to make sounds like the energy is trying me on, trying on this body, trying on the vocal cords. Kind of like when you rent a new car. You have to figure out where all the controls are and how does this work and what happens if you push that button or turn that dial. That's a little bit how it feels when a new energy comes through. I'm getting goosebumps. There may be somebody in the wing, in what I call the green room. Rhea is sort of like the concierge. Rhea will allow other energies to come through as long as they're energies of love and light and harmony. So let's just see if there's anybody there that just wants to come in and give a demonstration of something different. All right, they were a little bashful. They just wanted to come in and say hi. That was a Native American energy. They did not give me their name. They often don't. Names are not that important on the other side of the veil. Everything is about energy, and you will recognize a different energy instantly because it is all energy. There's no physicality, so there's no voice, so to speak. And sometimes I don't get the name of the energy. Sometimes I will assign a name, for lack of a different term. I know what it feels like. I know what it sounds like. I get sometimes a background picture of where the energy is, if it has been on Earth. And if they haven't incarnated, then the pictures are cosmic. Pictures of constellations, pictures of stars, pictures of galaxies, to sort of give me an idea of where they might be from. All of the energies feel very different inside my body and come out very differently through my mouth. There are several videos that I posted in previous years of channelings, so if you're interested in hearing a full demonstration of when I channel someone other than Rhea, please go check out some of those other videos. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. Anytime I get to drum and channel and chant and spread the love. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you all.